A Dream of Death by William Butler Yeats, 1865 to 1939. I dreamed that one had died in a strange place, near no accustomed hand, and they had nailed the boards above her face, the peasants of that land. Wondering to lay her in that solitude, and raised above her mound a cross they had made out of 2 bits of wood, and planted Cypress round, and left her to the indifferent stars above, until I carved these words: she was more beautiful than thy first love, but now lies under boards. Now it's interesting, Yeats republished this poem many years later as an epitaph with some minor changes. So, an epitaph. I dreamed that one had died in a strange place, near no accustomed hand, and they had nailed the boards above her face, the peasants of that land. And wondering, planted by her solitude, a cypress and a yew, I came and wrote upon a cross of wood, man had no more to do. She was more beautiful than thy first love, this lady by the trees, and gazed upon the mournful stars above, and heard the mournful breeze. Okay, so the second one is a little bit changed. Okay, so this poem is by William Butler Yeats. Yeats was an Irishman. He was born in Dublin, and he studied in both Dublin and London. He won a Nobel Prize for literature, and he was very much in love with a woman called Maud Gonne, who he asked to marry him various times, but she refused him every time. I think she's also reputed to have said that the world will thank me one day for not marrying Yeats. So, what's this about? Well, this poem is about a dream, and it's about the dream of a body that has been found in a strange place. I get the feeling of a body that's been washed up on the beach. The poem talks about the burial of this body, and it talks about the beauty that this person had while they were alive, but now that this person is dead and buried, that beauty has gone, and with us when we die, everything goes. I dreamed that one had died in a strange place, near no accustomed hand. So I dreamed that somebody had died in a strange place. They were a stranger, and nobody knew them, and there were no friends, no accustomed hands, no people who knew this person, who knew their name or their ritual. And they had nailed the boards above her face, the peasants of that the So clearly the local people, they've made a coffin for her. Yeah, and the wooden boards being nailed above her face, so now no one will see her face anymore. And nailed boards, this to me it sounds quite crude, that this is a crude coffin, and the peasants have done their best for somebody they don't know. Wondering to lay her in that solitude. So they were wondering whether to bury her or not, what to do, because They didn't know her, nobody knew her. But, well, you've got a dead body, you've got to do something. And raised above her mound a cross they had made out of 2 bits of wood. So they buried the body, and there's a mound above the body for the earth to sink into it. And they had made a cross out of 2 bits of wood. So this is a very rough cross. This is this is to mark the grave, but only for a short time. This is not something that's going to last for a long time. And planted cypress round. So, and they planted some cypress trees round the grave. And left her to the indifferent stars above. And so this body is buried there, open to the sky, open to the stars on the night sky and the day, but nobody cares because nobody knows her. Until I carved these words. So I came in the dream, I appeared, and I started to carve some words on this cross. And the words I carved: she was more beautiful than thy first love, but now lies under boards. So she was incredibly beautiful in life, but now she's dead, and that beauty is gone forever. And maybe this is referring to Maud gone, or maybe this second version is referring to her beauty. So I dreamed that one had died in a strange place near no accustomed hand. That's exactly the same. Somebody has died as a stranger and nobody knows them. And they had nailed the boards above her face, the peasants of that land, so they put her in a coffin. And wondering, planted by her solitude a cypress and a yew. So they were wondering what to do after they had, they were wondering about the burial, and then they planted a cypress tree and a yew tree by this body, because this body is alone, nobody knows who it is. I came and wrote upon a cross of wood. So now the cross of wood is there, and he comes to write on it or to carve on it. Man had no more to do. Okay, so this was the epitaph written on the wooden cross. Yeah, this was the end, the final bit to the burial. You have the body put in a coffin, and then there's a headstone or a cross and an inscription. She was more beautiful than thy first love, this lady by the trees. So he's saying that she was really, really beautiful. And I think maybe this is to Maud gone, that she was very, very beautiful, but she won't marry him. And gazed upon the mournful stars above, and heard the mournful breeze. And then I looked at the stars above that were sad, and I heard the sound of the breeze, and it was sad. And maybe this is echoing the sadness that he feels that she won't marry him. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. A Dream of Death by William Butler Yeats.